And today I'll be streaming something, basically just a refresher for myself in terms of like how to create a platformer because I'll be teaching it later during the games development club. So first up, let me just share what has been done so far. So this one has been done prior to today. So basically, there's some animation here. The character is moving idle, and then when it runs, it can run, and then when you press spacebar, it can jump. So all this has been done already. We have fixed up some colliders to it, and so this platform so far have been made using normal game objects. So what I like to do today is just to basically do something related to tile maps, because if you want to create like so many obstacles for a player, it's going to take a while, and yeah, it may not be the best way to do a large scale game. So for now, let's just delete all this. Okay, so now that we deleted it, we need to do some tiles. So yeah, let me just check whether or not like my screen can be seen. I think it can be, but right now I think what we need to do is just to download this Kenny 3 assets. Okay, and then from there, yeah, we can have this. And basically, yes, in pixel platformers we have some tiles. Okay, here are all the tiles that we can use for our platformer, but we're just going to download the tiles packed, which is like this compressed form of cells over here. Okay, then we'll split them up. Okay, so let's go back to Unity. Okay, so we have this tiles packed, and we have a folder called images. We're just going to drag it in here. So yeah, this is basically just to import the tiles inside our Unity. And now we already have this tiles here, this tile pack here. This are actually, if I remember correctly, is 18 pixels by 18 pixels. So I'm just gonna set it to 18, and then we go to sprite mode multiple in order to slice it. So let's apply this. So this is the tile mode. So we can slice the tiles up now to use it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 tiles with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 tiles in the rows. So we can slice grid by cell count. I mean, we can do by size as well, but this is easier, I feel. You have how many columns again? Columns we have 20, and rows we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9. Slice this. Perfect. You can see that each cell is sliced up nicely. We're just going to click on apply. Okay, and what we're going to have is that we have all the tiles nicely sliced up for us one by one here. Okay, so what I'm going to do next, okay, I'm going to play around with it a bit. But first up, maybe we create our tile map first. So to create our tile map, what we do is we do the 2D tile map, and then we can do like rectangular. We should give a rectangular tile map. I mean, in 3D games, we can also try other tile maps. Like for example, we can do a 2D tile map, hexagonal. Yeah, I kind of like this. This is like if you play Heroes 3, this is the kind of tile map they use for Heroes 3. Yeah, I actually feel like recreating Heroes 3, and that will be in the future works. Okay, but first I have to finish my 4 buttons game. Yeah, I left quite a bit of game creation on the whole, but now I'm gonna get back to the groove. And this there's another, this is called isometric. If you do a three, like this is a 2.5D game, it kind of feels like SimCity, or those kind of builder games where you build your tiles here, can be like your houses, can be, yeah. So for the purposes of a 2D side scrolling platformer, yeah, we're not gonna use all this. We're just gonna use a rectangular tile. Okay, let's just call this the platform. Okay, so in order to paint And it's like an artist using a paintbrush. In order to paint the tile palette, we just go to like open tile palette. We have to create a new palette. Let's just call this platform. Okay, and we create this. Okay, and yes, we put it in images. And then right now we have nothing here, no tiles here. We need to drag the tile sprite or sprite texture here. So these are my tiles. Okay, I've selected all the tiles. Let's go back to tile map and just drag it inside here. Okay, they ask me to choose where I want to go, and I'll choose images to like load all the tiles inside here. So let's see what happens to this. Okay, so we do have a nice tile here. Okay, great. Everything looks good. So now let's just go through some of the basic stuff we can do with tile maps. So I mean, okay, actually, well, yeah, let me just do it like that. So yes, what we can do here is we can actually drag the tiles one by one. Like over here, I have one tile here. I can paint it here. So you can see the default mode is once you click on the square, you can actually like sort of create a tile here. Okay, if you want to create like a group of tiles like that, you can just drag over here and then you can just paint this entire tile here like that. Yes, so if we want to move the tile, what we do is we first select the tile that we want to move, and then we click on the move icon, and then we can move the tile here. You can also do stuff like rotation. If you want to rotate the tile, you can rotate it here. Okay, and there are other tools as well, like for example, this is paint a field box with active brush. So we first select like the brush here, and you can drag and paint a field box with that mask. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, this is the paint tool. There's this tool is pick and select a new brush that you can just pick this. This will be your new brush, and then you can use this to paint again. Yeah, it's quite similar to like you selecting. I mean, sorry. Let's go back to. Yeah, you can just drag like that. That's the same as painting a new brush because this will be the brush. And if you want to change color, you can like maybe go here. You can paint. Oops. You can paint another brush like that. Yeah, it's quite easy actually. And finally, like we have the erase tool. You can just maybe pick a section here, and then this, and then click on the erase button. You can erase everything with this brush. And then what's this? This is a flat fill. Yeah, flat fill usually you try not to use because you see you you flat fill everything that you select. Yeah. So I mean, these tile maps are actually very useful when you want to create stuff like RPG game. Like if you want to do something like what do you call that? If you want to do something related to Pokemon, I guess last time the Pokemon the 2D maps you could do something like this as well. Okay, for now, let me just create a simple level, like maybe just using one of those bricks. Maybe this one. Yeah, I'll just do a few like that. Oh, okay, like that, like that, like that. So all this will be mapped to the platform level. So we could do, oops, we could do a platform like that. Sort of we can make a border, like maybe like this. Okay, this kind of an ugly border. Maybe maybe this. Yeah, like that, like that. Just to set the limits of the screen. Okay, so like then we can have other stuff like you can select the tiles here. Okay, so let us try to see whether the player can jump on the tiles. All right, so I've painted something. You can see the game is like that. Let's just play here and see whether we can actually play the tiles here. Oh yeah, and by the way, for those viewing, I haven't streamed in a long while. I tend to keep up, maybe about 3 streams a week nowadays, since my kid is now in childcare. So streaming games, also streaming Kickstarter like code stuff and so on. Yeah, so stay tuned. So now I'll be just trying to do some tile maps and then maybe later some enemy movements. To like do a simple platformer. This is for a platformer tutorial for the Games Club. Okay, so if we click play now, you can see that Oh, you have all the tiles here, but oh, my player actually just dropped through all those tiles. And why is that so? I mean, you see, my player has a sprite renderer which shows the player itself. My player has a rigid body 2D, okay, which basically gives you physics forces applied to it. There's a box collider which collides with the environment. Okay, there's a player script which controls the player moving left, right, and jumping. An animator which does the actions like idle, moving left and right, and jumping. Yeah, maybe next time I'll do a tutorial of this. Yeah, it's because this was already done by one of my um, friends in the games club while I was away on reservice. So I'm not covering this today. I'm just focusing on what's next after we do all this. So there's something missing here. Like you see the box collider, the rigid body 2D. Like why can't we do anything to this? Like why can't we collide with our platform? And then if you think about it, hmm, oh, that's it here. Yeah, we have to do this tilemap collider 2D thing, which actually gives the bounding box for Unity. So if I add a tilemap collider 2D, if you look at the scene, you can see that all the tiles here have this boxy stuff here. And then if I just click play, okay, it's taking a while to load, but oh, you see, look, I can actually move left and right now. Oh, but I can't really jump anymore. Okay, the space jump is not working because if we look at the script for the player, let me just open the scripts. If you look at the script for the player, okay, this is a very simple script. Basically, let me just briefly touch upon it. Like your jump speed, a walk speed will be basically like how fast you want to jump, what's the height of the jump, and how fast you want to walk. You have your reference your rigid body, box collider, and animator. Okay, we move by using a input.get axis horizontal, which takes in the left and right arrow keys, and then we set the velocity of the player to be its current y velocity, and the x velocity will be however much you move. Okay, you press the left and right arrow keys times the walk speed, which is the component earlier here. All right, if we move to the right, okay, we set the animation to play walk. Okay, you move to the left, we also play walk, but the transform, you flip it according to whether it face right or left. If it face left, you flip it in the -1 direction, which is basically flipping in the x-axis. X-axis, yes, x-axis. So yeah, so this is some simple code to do the walk. The jump is basically if we have the space bar and if the player is on the ground, okay, then you apply this the current x velocity plus your jump itself, and then we basically let the animation play the jump animation. And if it's grounded, basically it's just checking whether the ground hits, whether like the ray collider hits the ground. If it hits the ground, okay, then it will basically um, mean that it's possible to jump. So you can only jump once when you hit the ground. Okay, so that's the current code for the player. A very simple code so far. So the issue that I can see here, okay, why is it not jumping? Okay, it's because, okay, why is it not jumping? Let's see. My platform mask is called platform. Okay, means that means that I need to actually have the platform, okay, be a layer platform. Okay, then it will recognize this as the platform, and then it will be able to jump. So let's see. Okay, let's see what happens now when we do this. Okay, let me just expand this fully. Okay, maximize my screen a bit so you can see. Okay, so you see now I press left and right, and oh, I can jump now because the ray collider knows that this is a platform. Okay, so I can see some issues here. First is that you probably can't jump over a platform height of 3. Okay, maybe I need to increase my jump strength a bit. Let's do this. Okay, I need to increase my jump strength a bit. Maybe what I'll do is I'll jump with 27. Okay, I want it to jump a height of 3 platforms, so I will increase my jump strength to 27. So let's take a look. Okay, see whether this works. Okay, so yes, I can jump 3 squares effectively now. Okay, feels good. Okay, oh, look at this. Okay, there are two issues I discovered here. One is that See, the player can't move while inside this thing, which means that the player might be a little too big compared to the tiles. The player should ideally go through the tiles. And the jump, you realize it actually sort of like passed through the brick over here. Okay, and let's solve the problem of the size first. So maybe the scale of 2 is a bit too much. Maybe we need to go to like 1.5, like that. Okay, let's see whether you can go through the level, the smaller tiles at the bottom. That's important. Okay, so let's see whether this works. Okay, so I'm just running it now, see whether it's okay. So yeah, looks good, looks good. You can go through the cracks now. Oh, there was another issue I noticed. Like, you see, just now it like sort of got stuck over here. Like, it's because when we go to the tile map, you see all these bounding boxes are like one at a time here. If we don't solve this, like, there might be a possibility you get stuck in collision in between these boxes here. So that's another issue to solve. Okay, so we first solve the issue of the player passing through the platform first. So why is that the case? Okay, especially because our collision is discrete, which means that after a certain amount of time, we check the collision with other objects. So one way, but a more computationally expensive way, but you should do this for the main player, is to set this to continuous. Okay, if you set this to continuous, you will realize that you can actually continuously do the collision detection. And then when you fall from heights, it is less likely that the player will like fall through the cracks. Okay, see, now it's fine. Now it's fine. Okay, so let's solve the next issue, which is the platform itself. Okay, having this collision here, it would be nicer if we could have the collision boxes being nicely smoothed out so that we don't get stuck at the cracks. And how do we do this? There's this thing called the composite collider 2D. Okay, let's add it in. Okay, after I add the composite collider, okay, what I need to do is I should check the tilemap collider 2D. I'll check the use by composite. Oh, look at this. After I check it, look, the bounding box is smooth like this. Okay, so that's what we want. Okay, that's the effect that we want. Let's play it now and see whether it works. Okay, so this is how this would look like. Oh wow, okay, after I did this, you see, after I did a smooth collider, it seems that the whole world is rotating. Okay, I mean that will make for quite a cool game. I mean, if you like the platform to rotate, but I sort of don't want it to rotate right now. So, so you look at platform right now. In the rigid body 2D, the body type is dynamic. Dynamic means that it will suffer from physics forces. Given this whole box is like one whole unit by itself now. When I jump on here, the whole box will move. Like before that, it was just a tile. So when you jump on a tile, the other tiles will sort of like block the tile from moving. So the one way to do it is to change this to static. Okay, when you change to static, it will freeze in position. It won't move anymore. Okay, so let's try it out. Okay, I've changed it to static. Okay, now we see whether this is okay. So now I can jump. Oh, it's pretty cool actually. It looks pretty cool. Wow. Okay. All right. I think that's quite nice. But you see, if I jump now, you see, somehow it seems like I can't jump fully. It's like there's some friction between the player and the wall. Look at that. It's affecting smooth gameplay. So I can even go on the wall. Can I do a double jump on the wall? I mean, that would be quite cool. Like, Super Meat Boy, you can jump on the wall and jump again. But, I kind of don't want to do this. Oh no. Yeah, any ideas how to get rid of this? All right. So, I mean, one thing we could do is we could alter the physics properties of the objects here. So now I'm just going to do like a new, maybe I call it materials. Okay, I'm going to create a new folder called materials, and in here, I'm going to create a new 2D physics material 2D, and I'll call this frictionless. Okay, we're going to make the player be frictionless with respect to the other objects that interact so that you can slide down the wall nicely. Okay, I mean, of course, in some games, you like the player to slide down the wall gently, but in this case, I would like the player to just jump down fully without like clinging onto the wall. You know what I mean? Yeah. So let's go to the player. Okay, I have this frictionless material. I can add this to the rigid body here. You know, I can also add this to the platform. I think if you add to the player, it's actually a nicer way to do it. So let's do it. Okay, we have the player now. We add in the physics 2D material called frictionless to the player, and see, now we can jump on the side of the wall nicely. Look at that. Look at that. So cool. Okay, wow. Look, we which is quite nice. All right. Okay, let's. Okay, like all these are now quite nice, quite good. Okay, I like the feel of this game that I have now. Okay, but if you notice something, the player is not exactly touching the bricks, isn't it? Yeah, let's try to solve that. So we go to the player itself. Okay, zoom in. You see the box collider, sort of like. I think after we adjusted the height of the player, the box collider is not exactly touching anymore. So let's adjust the collider, shift it a little higher like that. Yeah, I think that would be fine. Okay, now let's go back to the game. We see whether the player adheres to the ground nicer. So let's see how it is. Okay, let's take a look. Wow, okay. Yes, it's actually quite nice. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Wee. Actually, there's still a little bit of gap, isn't it? No, there isn't. It's just that the tiles here have this green. Yeah, so it looks good already. It just looks like a gap because of our tiles. Yeah, I wonder if we could just remove those top and bottom parts of the tiles. Okay, for now we just keep it as it is right now. Okay, so we have a tile map like that. We have a stage already created. Okay, so what next? Okay, what next right now is that maybe if you want to do a more extensive game. Okay, this probably this method of like where's my tile palette? Yeah, using the tile palette and shifting it one by one here might be a bit too time consuming. So what we can do is we can use this thing called rule tiles. Okay, let me just try to get the rule tiles. Let's see. It's an add-on. So I guess package manager. Yeah, so maybe let's search for rule tile. Okay, platformer. Okay, let's see. Maybe it's under 2D tile map editor. Okay, I'm gonna search for rule tile and see whether I get any hits. Okay, so maybe I'll go here and search for rule tile Unity, like where to get the rule tile. So using rule tiles, 2D tile map extras. Yeah, yeah, it is under here. 2D tile map extra. We can add in this rule tile, which will help us to like configure what is the default tile to use. So let us this is by the community, so it's quite cool. So let's try to download this one. This is called the 2D tile map extras. Okay, maybe we just search for tile map. 2D tile map editor. Okay, so I guess the Unity registry should have this. I mean, I'm not sure. Oh, is this Cinemachine is here? So does that mean I have rule tile already? Let's try it. So 2D object tile map. Looks like I don't have it. Okay, let's try to solve this. I haven't really done this one in a long time. So let's try to find out where the rule tile is. Unity, how to get rule tile. Okay, let's see how to get this. All right, how do I make a tile grid rule tile? Yeah, I mean, I would like to just get the rule tiles downloaded. 2D extras package. Okay, okay, maybe it's under the 2D extras package. 2D 2D sprite shape, 2D sprite. Okay, I guess I'll need to it's on GitHub. Okay, so I guess we need to download this from GitHub. So packages. Oh, that's quite inconvenient. Add package from Git URL. Okay, let's get this Git URL here. Copy. I thought this would be in the official, Unity store. Did they get it? Changing how we develop this. We only okay. Downloading this repository or adding it. Download or clone this into the folder. Okay, let's try to download this. If this fails, then I'll just not do root house. Yeah, because I think I can do perfectly well without this as well. So is it loading? There's this loading sign here. Okay, so let's wait a while to see whether root house can be downloaded. It used to be in the 2D extras. I think they took it out in the Unity support packages. There we go. Ah, okay. So I do have the tile map. So looks like I have this already. Okay. So let us see whether I can create a rule tile. So let's see. Okay. Maybe we go to here in the this tiles here. We can create right click, create 2D tile palette. No, it's not here. Shader. No, test. This is more inconvenient than I thought it was. Yeah. Okay, maybe it's in the tile palette. But remember, if you want to create the rule tile, reorderable list does not. You know what? I think maybe let's not use rule tile. Yeah, it kind of looks like um, it's not working anymore with 2022. Yeah. Previously, you can use rule tile to like create tiles that like once you go in the center, you can do randomly, go by the side, and so on. But it appears that there's some issues with this, so let's not bother with it. Okay, so I mean, one package that since we're on the packages thing, maybe what I'll do is one other package I'll download is maybe Cinemachine. Okay, I hope that this works. Okay, lucky I'm checking it now. Yeah, let's try it. So all this I learned from the 2D Udemy tutorial, which is really very good. So let's install this Cinemachine. Okay, so we have a Cinemachine, and then what we can do now is okay, let's just use the Cinemachine. I think Cinemachine is a nice addition to how the camera can when you actually explore the various areas of your game. So let's create a Cinemachine. So like 2D camera. Okay, let's see, clear this. Okay, looks like there's some issue with like packages here. Let's delete away the tilemap extras, I believe. Yeah, let's delete away this. There's this thing tiles reorderable. This does not. Yeah, I think there's something wrong with the tile map. So let's just delete this tile map. Right click, delete. Is there a delete? Nope, there isn't. So okay, I already pressed the delete button. Okay, it's causing an issue right now because like okay, if I can't delete it here, I'm just gonna delete it under Unity projects. Okay, and then I'm just going to go to platform copy and just delete these packages. Uh, okay, I doesn't look like I can delete it from here. I have to delete it here then. Right click, review in Finder. There we go, package catch. Okay, so let's delete away this. Thank goodness I'm trying this now. Yeah, I mean, root house used to work for me. I guess in the new Unity version, there's some compatibility issues right now. So you know what? Let's just not use it. Cine machine is okay though. So let's find tilemap extras and delete this whole folder. Okay, done. Okay, this should disappear as well if we update this. So I've just deleted away the tilemap extras, which I thought was kind of interfering with the because you see this error. I couldn't remove this error down here, so I'm just going to remove um, the tilemap rule tiles. Yeah, just going to do without it. This root house, I think it's not as intuitive as like if you use Godot. Godot does a better job, more beginner friendly, I guess. Okay, so let's see. Can we clear this already? Nope, we can't. If not, like you see, I can't play anymore. All compiler errors have to be fixed. Okay, let's go to packages and like uninstall the package if possible. So game component packages. Cinemachine is installed. Yeah. However, I cannot use Cinemachine yet because I need to get rid of my root tile first. Let's okay, wrong. Okay, not this. Okay, let's go back to package manager and we go to 2D platform. No wonder they took it out of the platform. No, it's actually under 2D tilemap extras. So let's search tilemap extra pages in projects. Remove. Yes. Okay, let's remove the tilemap extras and we just keep the cinema machine. I guess I'll just search cinema machine. The tilemap extras is kind of interfering with my game as of now. Okay, so far we have been doing quite well. Okay, let's just continue the pace. All right, looks like I can play now after I remove that comment extras. Let's just make sure that it's not broken. Okay, no, every time when we do code, we revise it. Make sure that it's okay. Yep, looks good, feels good. Okay, so you see the camera now is like slightly jerky. So let's try to resolve this issue. Okay, by using the Cine Machine camera. So bear with me as I try to explore this. So I guess you have to go to Cine Machine here, create free look camera or create follow camera. Is that follow camera? Maybe I should use this. free look camera. Aha. Okay, so we have a free look camera, and then we can look at player. Okay, so maybe what I can do is, since this does this have a camera on it? Okay, so we have position on the same point at which it is trying to look. Okay, so let's remove the camera from the player. Let's just put it out here. So this camera, you see there's this Cinemachine brain here, which will get hooked to the Cinemachine camera. Let's just shift our cameras up to the main camera, and then you can see that this Cinemachine free look camera is actually following the player. So let's take a look whether this works. Okay, so okay, right now you can see that the Cinemachine camera is like sort of slanted. Okay, let's try to fix this issue here. Okay, so we have this follow camera. Okay, right, and then let's see. Oh, it's not look at. It should be follow, right? It should be following the player. Yeah, let's try to do a follow camera. Okay, it looks good. It only issue is that you see, I think the camera is too big a view. Okay, it is sort of like not being able to see the full screen right now. Let's see whether we can make the camera a little lesser. So maybe we could do some like screen X and screen Y. Okay, let me try to debug this. Okay, maybe look at the main camera. Maybe this main camera is a bit too big. So size maybe 5. Oh, I can't control the size here. Okay, it must mean that I'm controlling here. Nope, it's not this. Okay, I need to find out where the camera size is controlled here on the script. So where's my camera size? Camera size, camera size. So we follow this. Okay, common lens. There we go. The lens is here. Okay, so maybe 3. Okay, 3 looks good. The orthographic size. Let's take a look. So I make the size a bit smaller. So let's see whether this works. No, maybe I won't even introduce it. Okay, this is a little too small. Uh, I don't like the fact that it cuts off. Why is it dependent on my mouse position though? It shouldn't depend on my mouse position. So let's see, maybe 5. It might mean that my scene itself is a bit too small. So 5 looks okay. But you see, I don't like this fact where you can use your mouse and change. Like, look at the scene. This is very annoying. You see, it just shuts off the entire camera now. Where's my camera now? It might be due to the camera settings. Let's see whether we can change this. Maybe the near click and the far click plane could be adjusted. What's a Dutch? Oh, that's like how you rotate it. Right? Yeah, let's not do any of this. 0. Okay, the far clip and near clip plane. Okay, it looks like the near clip and far clip is super huge. Like this. Okay, so let's see. Okay, go back. Okay, we have all this. Yeah, I guess we can just change the date zone here. Is there a way to visualize the date zone? Date zone width 0, 0.5, date zone height 0.2. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look. See whether this cinemachine is worth it to learn or not. I don't quite like that the fact that the camera is affected by your mouse. I mean, it shouldn't be, but you see, it's affected by my mouse right now. So, like where my mouse move actually affects the camera. Wonder if we could change this in the controls here. Aim composer. Maybe I change to do nothing. Okay, let's see whether this works. Yeah, I see. It kind of like still is moving based on my mouse, which is not what I want to do. Maybe I need to do the player under both look at and follow. Let's see, because maybe the look at is look at mouse if I don't do the follow player. Let's try out. I mean, we need to experiment to find out. Okay, so it's still affected by my mouse. Okay, this is something curious for me. I mean, I'm not sure why it's affected by my mouse. Let's see, game window guide. No, common lens, blend in. Okay, let's increase the size of this. Okay, let me increase to 10 and we see what happens. See, it's still affected by my mouse somehow. Yeah, I kind of liked it better when the main camera was on the player and then I don't use this cinema machine at all. Yeah. Okay, let's try one last time, okay, whether this can be solved. Okay, speed, input, there we go, input axis name is a mouse. No, let's remove the mouse X and mouse Y. That is probably why it was moving to the mouse, which was rather annoying in my opinion. So we remove the. Okay, yes, it doesn't follow the mouse anymore. Thank goodness. Oh my, so irritating when it follows the mouse. Okay, so now that we solved this, we can change back the size to maybe 4. We go to game. Yeah, this should be how it looks like. I think this is fine. This Cinemachine camera is fine now. Okay, so we can set it to follow this player. Okay, why does it cut off at the top though? I see. That means the camera is not exactly showing everything. Like it feels like it's not showing enough. Like the fact that you see the camera can dip all the way until here, there's something wrong. Okay, I mean, ideally we want this red one to be same as the white. So let's see. Remove common lens. Okay, let's see whether this works. I remove common lens and I see whether this changes anything in Cinemachine. I need to do some experimentation. Okay, it doesn't work the first time. Okay, does it look better? No, it doesn't. You see, the screen just goes down like that, which is very annoying. Okay, let's see what else we can change. Lock to target. Lock to target. Maybe it's the orbiting. Yeah. Neither rig, aim, do nothing, do nothing. Since when have they become this complicated? Maybe I used the wrong camera, so let's try to use another one. Okay, maybe not free look, maybe just create virtual camera, maybe. This looks more like it. Okay, this looks more like it. Maybe the free look camera was wrong. Because I think the free look camera is meant for those games where you use your mouse to control the stuff. So let's use the virtual camera. Okay, and this virtual camera we have okay, this looks more like it. Yeah, I think the previous one was when you use your mouse, you explore the world up, down, left, right. The world will move with you. Yeah, that's not what we want in this game. We just want it to follow the player. So we can just set it to follow the player. Alright, the lens will be 4. Okay, let's take a look whether this works. I guess it was the world is round, that's why it appeared. Yes. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, this is the effect that we want. So now we have to set some date zone. So like in terms of the date zone, like we can set a certain width and height so that the camera won't pan when like you jump up or not. So let's see. We change the date zone heights. I wonder if we can see the date zone height in the game or in the camera. Okay, let's see the date zone width. Maybe we set it as 1 for both. Okay, so I'm not too sure how come the date zone is not showing. A look at target is required. Change aim to do nothing if you don't. Okay, maybe just same as follow target. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I'm learning stuff when I like meddle around with this Cinemachine camera. So we can see over here like how this works. Uh, Maybe this might take too long to like cover, but I kind of like the fact that you see if you do your left and right, it follows better. It doesn't really drop as rapidly as how it would be if we were to use a main camera on the player. See, it feels more smooth actually the way this is. Remember, there's also another thing you can do, which is to like lock your camera to the edges of the world, which is what we'll do next. So, looks like the date zone is no longer there. If we do like lock to target with simple follow with roll up, no, lock to target. Okay, okay, so we have a follow here. Okay, it looks like the aim over here is where we get our. Oh, okay, maybe I have to put the player to both look at. Then now we can set the date zone width and the height. Yeah, I guess this will be better. Lock to target, simple follow with roll up. Okay, aim will be here. Okay, then we can set a date zone height and date zone width. Let's see. Okay, it's not really showing. Okay, date zone width. Not sure why the date zone height and width are not showing here. But let's see whether this actually works. So there will be some zone whereby the camera won't move at all when you move forward or backwards because of this date zone. So you can move a bit and the camera will still stay. Yeah. So It looks like one is maybe a bit too much. See, now you can move left and right without the camera really following. So the date zone width for the x-axis. Okay, I think the date zone height is fine. The date zone width maybe is at 0. Oh, there we see. There you go. You can see it now. And the date zone height maybe is a bit too much. 0.6. I'm not sure what I did to get this. Okay. Alright, maybe let's just delete this camera and try again. Okay, I want to see exactly how do I do this. Okay, so we have a cine machine, virtual camera. Okay, and this virtual camera will follow and it will look at the player. Okay, for 0.1 400. Now it's working. Okay, just now it wasn't working somehow. So we can set the date zone width to maybe 0.5, date zone height to 0.1. There we go. This is the screen, the bounce of the camera, I guess. Yeah, this will be and the date zone will be here. So the date zone width, the date zone height, maybe 0.6. Yeah, this date zone is okay. That means within this date zone, the character wouldn't, I mean, the camera wouldn't update. I think this width is good. So it won't be too bouncy when you go up and down, but it will be a bit more sensitive when you go left and right. I think this is okay. This makes it look nice. Okay, the only issue is why is the camera like appearing in the game? So, I mean, I'm glad that we have like within the date zone. Actually, the camera shouldn't move within the date zone. So looks like there's something wrong with this. So maybe the binding mode should be simple follow with what? Okay, let's take a look. See whether this works. So I don't want the camera to follow the player when the player moves within the date zone. There we go. Now it doesn't move. So the simple follow with what is correct. So once you jump, the camera also we can change the time that it moves. Okay, to based on the simple follow with what and then maybe the is this a screen X and screen Y? Oh no, this is the offset. It's the offset to the screen. So let's keep it at 0.5. Okay. Center on activate. Okay, how do I get rid of this uh, camera appearing? Okay, so let's take a look. See whether we can get rid of it. Oh, so that was the cam. Oh, I know why it was like that. Because I clicked on the virtual camera when I was playing. So if I click on the main camera, it wouldn't show the virtual camera stuff, which is what I want. Yeah. So is it? That's nice. It does feel like the world is a little compressed though. Maybe that's how the world is. Yeah, it's much smoother now. I'm just want to see whether I can update my pen speed. If I'm out of the date zone, can I change my speed going down? That damping. Maybe it's look ahead smoothing. I'll try to. Okay, let's just play it and just configure this stuff on the go. Then I can like sort of find out what they are also. Yeah, there must be some. Oh, there we go. X and Y damping, is it? Yeah. And 0.5. Oh, wait. We don't want that. No, we don't want this thing to shift like that. Okay, let's just. Yeah, I do something wrongly. Oh no, it looks like Look ahead smoothing has caused this to. Okay, let's change back to 0. So look ahead smoothing is 0. Let's see whether this works. Yeah, I think the look ahead smoothing was the one interfering with. I just want to change the update time for the X and Y, and I'm just trying to figure out where this is done. So is it under damping? Somehow damping causes the. Let's not do the damping at all. Let's change it back to 1, I guess. Let's not do the damping because the damping sort of makes the screen like. Yeah, I mean it looks good right now. I mean this camera looks good. I have to figure out how to change the like X and Y moving speed. Target good camera, I guess. Nope, it's not. I'm just trying to figure out how to do like the update for the camera to zoom. Let's just delete this. Next virtual camera, maybe dolly camera, correct? It's a dolly track. I don't think I need such advanced stuff. I believe the camera that I used initially was the correct one. At least I think it is the correct one. So let's see this virtual camera. Okay. Um, Maybe it's the look ahead time. I'll just change it to 1 and see how it goes. Yeah, I'm using tilemap. Yeah, solo. Yeah, I'm just trying to see how to get Cinemachine to work here. Look at this nonsense. Yeah, so yeah, I'm actually using tile maps. If you look at grid here, these are all tile maps using tile palettes. So you can see the tile palette is here. You can actually add this to your tile map. Like you can just change tiles like we can add more tiles like this single tile you can just change. Oh, added too much. Yeah, maybe like this, something like this. And change the tile and then like this will be recorded automatically in the environment, and then we can use like the Cinemachine to change stuff. Okay, but right now you can see that um, I'm just trying to configure the properties of my camera because it's not doing. So this look ahead time is not the right one. I guess for the session, I'm just gonna change maybe um, just the date zone so that we can set like how far ahead the camera will move, and the date zone height. I think point 4 and point 6 are nice. I'm just not too sure how to change the like following mode to change the speed at which we go to. Yeah, I'm not too sure how to do that. I have to go and read some tutorials on this. Yeah, but maybe it's this lock to target with no row. Then we can try to do some damping on the y-axis to make the jump a bit slower when it comes down. Let's try to see whether this works using the Cinemachine. Yeah, see, no row now. I think this is it. I think this is it. Yeah, we have to just do lock to target with no roll so that we don't roll. Okay, let's see how it looks like with the main camera. Ta-da! I like it. I like it. You see, when you actually go up or down, the screen doesn't move that much when you go up, which is great. You don't want to reveal too much to the player, and then it will slowly move up as you go up. Oh, this is quite nice actually. Why is it going down so much? It does look like there's some roll here, right? If you look at the camera and the scene, looks a little rolly. Why are there two cameras? Oh, yeah, the orthographic thing from the main camera. I think I know why. Because the main camera itself is here. No, so definitely there's some row over here. Although they say lock to target no row, but there's some form of row, I guess. Let's see, minus 10. I have to figure this out. I have to figure this out. 100 maybe. Just change this. Maybe it's the far clip plane that has the issue. Near clip and far clip plane. I think I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Okay, so now just make sure going left and right has no doesn't cost the thing. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to scene and see. Okay. Yeah. So I just I think I should just change the spark clip plane to maybe like 10 because we don't need to actually zoom out so much. Maybe if my far clip plane maybe is 1. That's also good. Yeah. Let's just change the far clip plane to 1, and then maybe this would make for a better camera. Okay, so after I change the far clip plane to 1, it looks like no, you can't see anything at all. Yeah, I think 100. Yeah, you need to give some room for the camera to look at the player. 100. Yeah, let's try 100. Near clip plane 0.1, far clip plane 100. Yeah, I'm just gonna move left and right and see. So now we can do some damping for the Y, which is great, which means like the screen will take a while to catch up with the Y axis, which is Y1. But for X axis, I want it to go very fast because it feels smoother that way. See, if I go back to the main camera, see, look at this, look at this. Whoa, whoa, hey, it looks good. But once you go up to the y-axis, it takes a while to go up, which is the feel I would like to get for the game. See, but why is it rotating? Why is my camera rotating? Yeah, I need to solve this issue of the. I mean, I already said I want it to be no row, right? Row up, maybe. Okay, let's try this. Lock to target with row up. Okay, and I see whether there's this row when we move left and right. It's not supposed to roll at all. I mean, this is not a 3D game. This is a 2D game. Supposed to stay still. Supposed to stay still. Why is it rolling? Okay, please no roll, please no roll, please. Lock to target with roll up seems to be doing the job. Let's take a look at the main camera. See whether it looks fine. Looks good actually. It looks really good. It looks really good. I like it. I like it. Yeah. So now looks like okay. Did it roll? Did it roll? I wrote a bit. Is it because of the grid itself rolling? It's a static right now, so it's not supposed to shift. It's not the grid that is rolling; it's the camera. It's definitely the camera. Somehow, as I move more and more, the camera, gets misaligned. I guess. Yeah. Somehow, is it because of the way the virtual cam was set up? Maybe if I set it to 30, the far clip plane, this would this would work better. I'm just experimenting here. I'm not too sure how this cinema machine really works. The last time I used a platformer, I just put the camera on the player itself. I guess that didn't really work out too well. This cinema machine really looks quite nice. I intend to use it. Look, yeah, it looks fine. It looks fine. I mean, there's a bit of rotation, but I can bear with it. Okay, so I think what we can do now is we can set the bounds for the camera. Okay, and I think that may be the last thing I'll do. So if I remember correctly, there's a way to set a bounds for this. Center on activate. No, yeah, I would center on activate. Um, What's this soft zone? Yeah, let's just change the soft zone and we see what happens. Oh, then they give descriptions for all this. Oh no, I'm just having problems with the camera, not the ground tiles. I'm just trying to see. Oh, actually, this soft zone helps to. Oh, what's this soft zone? Let's take a look. Do they give description of what the soft zone is? When the target is in this region, camera will gradually rotate vertically to realign. Ah, okay. I guess I need to increase the soft zone a bit so that it fills the entire screen. Then it won't rotate to realign. So that rotation was to realign with the player. Yeah. So I think this should work. If I move left and right now, it shouldn't tilt anymore. Oh yeah. It looks good. Looks good. Okay. Looks pretty nice. Feel is good. Okay. Feel is good here. Feels like quite smooth and slick, I guess. Okay. Oh, do you see that? Some form of rolling. Go back to the scene. Yeah, I guess it will be fine. I mean, it only works. It only rolls like that at the bottom. Guess it should be fine if I like put it to the center. Yeah, see at the center, the camera is fine. It's quite aligned here. Okay, now I'm just wondering how do I add the extension? There we go. Cine machine confiner. Okay, so we can confine the camera to within the scene itself. And to do that, I just need to go back to my scene here and create. Maybe I'll just create a box collider because I think my scene will be a box. Okay, so my box collider is like that. Just drag it to fit the entire scene itself like that. Box collider. Okay, then I will just set the confiner here to the platform. So actually, I can just bound. Okay, must be a polygon collider. So let's. Okay, there's a requirement for that. Let's remove box collider, and then we add in the polygon collider 2D. Okay, and over here we can edit this polygon collider to fit in the tiles like that. Yeah, so that the camera will be confined to within these walls here. Okay, great. So then now I add in this confiner and I drag the grid, this platform here. Okay, let's use the. Okay, I think I still have the box collider, which I need to. Okay, now it's a polygon collider. Why is it showing the box collider? Okay, maybe I should put it on the grid itself. Polygon collider 2D on the grid. Let's put it to the edges of the house. Later I'll need to Google a bit for the Cine machine. I think Cine machine is very cool. I just don't really know how to use it that well yet. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. I mean, it's all about experimentation, isn't it? Yeah. So now we have this grid. We have the confiner, and let's just drag this grid here. Yes, great. So it should confine the camera to within the screen if I do this correctly. And the good thing about the polygon collider is that it can. Oh, Okay, so there's a slight issue here. I think the grid itself. Okay, maybe I add another layer called ignore collision. Okay, so no, this object only. So yeah, let's ignore collision. We go to assets. Okay, let's see, edit, project settings, and then we change the physics 2D layer collision. The ignore collision should ignore collision with all the layers. Okay, because we don't want the polygon collider to collide with any other thing, including the player. So let's see whether this works now. So my camera should be confined within this grid here. Awesome. So once I go to the site, okay, if you look at the camera, it's, it will basically not show whatever that is to the left or to the right of this collider. So you can see that it's a bit slanted. Oh man, not sure why this is it because of the screen X and screen Y? Yeah, maybe I set to one. Is it? Oh wow. Okay, maybe a point one. What happens if I set this to zero? Let's see what this is. Horizontal screen position for target. The camera will rotate to the position object here. Yeah. Can I set the camera to not rotate? Maybe I just lock to target. I see that it rotates. But other than that, I'm happy with the virtual cinema machine. Okay, so it looks fine now after I change the lock to target. Let's just shift a little bit more left and right. Yeah, see, it rotates a bit to the position, which is not what we want. See, it leads to a slanted world view somehow. I mean, maybe it's cool for some games where you want the side to tilt, but definitely not for this. We don't want this to really tilt per se. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the scene, you can see that. Yeah, maybe if we don't add the cinema machine confiner, let's see how it works. Okay, without this cinema machine confiner. Now I wanted to do like bouncy tiles also. Maybe I'll just do one last thing, which is the bouncy tiles, and then we can call it a day. Yeah, definitely the collider is causing the tilt if we confine it. So let's try this. We add the confiner, which is the script we confine here. Okay, and then maybe we do a damping, which is like 3, which will basically make the screen go a little slower towards the edges. So once I add damping, it appears to solve the issue. Oh, but the damping is a little slow. Maybe I do a damping of 1. Yeah, looks like the roll issue is solved after I do a damping. So maybe we don't make the camera collide so fast that it rotates. Okay, because I don't want the camera to rotate. I wonder if there's a way to like make sure the camera doesn't rotate. Okay, let's see. Left, right. Nice. With the damping, it snaps back, which is great, which is what we want for this. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Look, it rotates again. I've got to figure out how to solve this. Roll up override, update method, fix update, smart update. Okay, I got to change like how the camera should be rotated. Okay, let's just Google it. Stop rotation of camera in Cinemachine. Let's see how we can do this. Lock camera rotation. Set the aim component in the VCam to do nothing. Oh, but if we do this, then we will lose out the look ahead, right? Yeah, let's see whether this works. Yeah, he's right. The do nothing will, yeah, like having it do nothing, it doesn't rotate anymore. Let's try for the top. Actually, this do nothing is pretty good also. We don't really need the date zone. Yeah, we can just set the Y damping here, and then it actually makes it look quite nice also. In fact, if I set it to do nothing, I can even have my damping here to be 0, and I think it will still look quite nice. No, maybe I'll just do that. Makes life easier. Definitely makes it easier. I mean, I just need the damping of the screen on the y-axis, and actually that's all. So you see, when we move here, it already knows that it is the edge of the map, which is basically what we want. It is really good enough, and I have none of this pesky uh, camera rotation issues. World space binding. In the body component, set the binding mode to world space. Okay, then maybe in the aim mode, let's say composer. And we can do the date zone again. Date zone was zero point 0.4 and zero point 0.6, right? Okay, let's hope this works. Please work, please work. Okay, so the binding mode we set to wall space as per what this tutorial tells us to. Okay, wall space binding. Wow. Oh, this is quite nice. Yeah, wall space binding is great. Oh no, look at that, look at that. Yeah, somehow I can't fix this date zone, but you know what? I think the do nothing is good enough. It achieves the desired effect. Yeah, maybe I'll go and Google later how to do the date zone in front and backwards. But you know, this feels good enough. Okay, I'm just going to do one last thing before I call it a day. So I'm just going to duplicate this. Okay, and then maybe we just call this the bouncy layer. Okay, and then in the scene itself, we're just going to delete everything. We're just going to erase. Just going to use this and we erase this. We erase everything here that is in the platform layer. I want this to be afresh. So if we take away the platform, we should see nothing. Oh, wait. So in the bouncy layer, we haven't deleted all yet. Let's delete all. Okay, so now we deleted all. I'm just going to go back to platform. Okay, and oh, did we just delete the entire platform as well? Okay, let's undo what we did. Okay, so we're going to duplicate this layer. Okay, we call this bouncy. Okay, and active tile map, we change to bouncy. And we will erase the entire bouncy layer. So we can erase. Maybe I just do it like that and I erase. Yeah, we can erase the entire bouncy layer to have nothing. And then maybe what I'll do now is I'll just paint maybe a spring like this. Like this one. This is the spring that I'm going to paint. I'm just going to paint some springs around the tilemap. So this springs, what this springs will do is that it will basically have some bounciness to it. So like this, we create a new 2D physics material and we just call this bouncy. And then no friction, the bounciness maybe at 1.2, so it like bounces off a little heights. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this material in rigid body 2D. Okay, this layer will just create default. No, actually we should create platform. Yeah, so we create a bouncy layer so that we can actually bounce off these springs. Okay, let's just take a look how this goes. Yeah, I wanted to do spikes today, but the Cinder machine took a long while to configure. I guess it's good I tried out. So the bouncy layer will be like this. Wow, look at that. Jump. And then once you stay on the spring, it jumps more and more. I think the move speed might be a bit too fast for this game. But you see, with this, we can have a spring layer. Yeah, see, look at that. Yeah, so I do think the move speed might be a little too fast for this game. Maybe let's just change the move speed a bit. Walk speed maybe a 10. Yeah, and then probably the next one, or the next stream, I'll just add in some spikes to kill the player, and also maybe like some enemies. So that will be for the next stream that I will be doing. Yeah, I also want to go and find out more about how to make the Cinema machine move without rotating the entire screen, which was a pain. Yeah, it's quite a pain. Actually, I quite like the walk speed just now. So yeah, we're just gonna have like a more bumpy spring, I guess. Yeah, looks good. And yep, I'll just end here for today. I got to go. And yep, see you again next time. Bye.